Hi everyone, tonight I had a very special night hanging out with a lot of great friends. From Scott Menzel, co-creator of We Live Film, Romero Movie News, Daniel Rester, and Scott's lovely wife Ashley. Right now, I've got a special review because tonight we saw one of the most anticipated films for some people. Thank you, Romero. Yes, that's right. We went and saw the new film Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. It is directed by not Michael Bay. Thank goodness it wasn't directed by Michael Bay, but he was a producer of the film, which means he probably showed up on set, handed over some money, had some fun with the ladies, and then left and let this guy named Jonathan Lizbazan, who has directed some films I've actually liked, from Battle Los Angeles and Wrath of the Titans. Not really great films by any means, but some watchable films. Going into this movie, I had the feeling of being a kid again because I loved the Ninja Turtles growing up. I absolutely loved the Ninja Turtles. I remember in 1990 when I went with my church group and we got into the car and we drove to the theater and we experienced that amazing film. That's really cheesy, but so much fun. I loved that the Turtles were practical effects, even though I didn't know that at the time. I look back at it, I'm so grateful they're practical effects. I enjoyed the cast. And I love the fact that it was really violent. It was really scary. At the same time, Shredder scared me. And I have a love for the Turtles. Even though I don't really follow them much anymore, I enjoyed the second film. By the time the third film came out, I was over it. But a part of me really was excited to see this brand new film. But I'll be honest with you, I had no expectations whatsoever. So, with this brand new Turtles film, it's pretty much an origin story just like the first film was. We get to meet April, who's played by Megan Fox. She works with a guy played by Will Arnett, and they happen to work for Whoopi Goldberg. For some reason, Whoopi Goldberg's actually in this movie. Eventually, we get to see the Turtles and Shredder and Splinter and all the characters, so it's kind of an origin story in that sense. So we all know what's going in. We all know, going into this film, what we're going to get. We're going to get Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. There's the title. So having no expectations whatsoever, I'm not really mad at what I'm going to say right now. Not mad at all. Not mad at all. This is a terrible movie. It's not a good movie at all. But I'm not mad about it because I really had no expectations. There are many reasons why I didn't like this movie. But I wanted to enjoy it because I felt like they really did grab the Turtles and their essence. I mean, I felt like they were fun to watch. They had a lot of funny banter. I didn't mind that they looked so CGI and all that stuff. But I didn't like Splinter. That was like the first one. Splinter showed up on screen, he looked like a cartoon. And I was wondering, like, if Splinter's going to look this way, why doesn't the whole film just look this way? I think if the whole film maybe looked this way, it maybe would have been a lot better. And then we get to find out how the Turtles were made, how we meet Splinter, how April's kind of tied in all this, and I was just like, has this ever been done before? So I wasn't bothered by that. Then I asked a really good friend of mine, Romero Movie News, you might know him, subscribe to his channel. He told me that this is a brand new origin story, and that's when I said, okay, this movie is literal garbage. It's not a good story. I didn't like the way this movie presented itself. There's some action sequences, you really can't tell what's going on in the action sequences. It's all blurry at times, and you just can't tell what's real and what's CGI after a while. It just becomes a mess. And it's really hard to connect to that on a human level. I want to connect to a movie on an emotional and human level. I just could not with this film. And that's what's so sad about this movie overall. And then when you learn about the bad guy's motivation, the fact that you don't really get to see much of, I mean, you get to see Shredder, but you never really get to know Shredder. Shredder is a complex character. He was always been fascinating and interesting, whether he's hanging out with supernatural beings or not. He's always been a really complex character. And they handled that very well in the very cheesy and fun and exciting 1990s film. But in this film, he is just what he is. He's a transformer. And that's about it. And it's very sad that it comes that way. Again, when you find out what the motivation of the bad guys, it's silly. Some of the dialogue that comes out of this mouth of some of the bad guys is just silly. Remember this, okay? I just want you to remember this after you see them. We come back and just find out what this means. So how am I doing on time? All right, I'm going to cut it out really quick because I just didn't really enjoy this movie. But you know, if you would find any enjoyment in this film, there's no problem with that. But I think the Turtles deserve better. This is a bastardization of the Turtle lore, of the philosophy, of the mythology of the Turtles. But it's okay. It's a bump in the road. In the end, Turtles is still great. They have some great movies in the early 90s. They have a great comic series. The cartoon series from the 80s, in my opinion, is one of the best cartoon series ever created. I never got into older stuff, but I believe, hopefully, whether this movie makes money or not, I believe we will one day get a true, honest, and awesome Turtles movie with great character development, great chemistry between the characters in April O'Neil and Shredder. We'll get a complex Shredder character where we fear him. We utterly fear him. In this film, I wasn't scared for Shredder. I didn't scare about anybody. And it was really hard to connect to the characters when the voiceover work is not very good. And just some of the comedy just fell flat overall. But, you know, it's a terrible movie. It's something I didn't enjoy. And I can't recommend. But if you want to go see it, you have my blessing to go see it as well. In the end, sadly, I'm not mad. The great thing about I'm not mad, because I had no expectations. I'm going to give Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles from 2014, I'm going to give it, sadly, 1 star out of 4. I'm MovieManCHAD. Please like, comment, subscribe to my channel. I'm also on Twitter, and I'm on Facebook, and please go to WeLiveFilm.com and subscribe right here on YouTube to We Live Film. Also go to Long Beach Acting and Film Association right here on Facebook and Twitter. Please also go to MoviePile.com, and if you've enjoyed this video review, please subscribe to my friends at We Live Film, of course. I did a review with Romero Movie News, Scott Menzel, and Daniel Resser from We Live Film. We did a review together. It was awesome. It was a lot of fun, and it was really long. But not as long as this movie. This movie should have been a half an hour. It would have been great. Anyways, please subscribe to everyone that I mentioned, and everybody that's part of We Live Film, because I believe in this site. And please also, I would love for you to subscribe to my channel if you've enjoyed this review. If I'm a complete idiot, subscribe to me as well, because I just get stupider and stupider every day. Alright everyone, thanks so much for watching. What did you want to do with me, Romero? Come back in. Oh my god, but at least we got these really cool cups.
Mutant Ninja Turtles.
I don't know the rights to the song, so we're not going to sing it. Alright everyone, peace be with you, my friends. I love you all.